Welcome back to another round of inner work. A big part of inner work is getting clarity in our mind before we venture out. This clarity is at the heart of right action because right action means you are really operating from a place of greater consciousness. One of the areas where we often get confused and start off on a wrong footing is desire. The question of desire is at, the heart of so many spiritual contemplations. So today I'd like to talk about that big question, to desire or not to desire. Because on one hand, we have teachings that tell us that desire is a good thing. It helps us to grow. It helps us to co-create and move forward. And, what is life without desire? It's at the heart of the human experience. But on the other hand, you have many teachings that tell us that desire is bad. We should not be pursuing it. We should simply go with the flow, allowing things to just happen, not asking for anything, not rejecting anything, simply keep going. Which of these teachings is right, one might wonder. I contemplated about this for a long time myself and then found a really satisfying answer in the Gita. Now, the Gita is the wisdom teaching that comes from the Hindu tradition, but I think in my understanding, all of them are saying the same thing. So let's cut to the chase and see what the Gita says about desire. So the Gita makes it very clear that desire is not a bad thing and that repressing desire is not a good idea. But the Gita says, it is not the desire you need to renounce, but your attachment. Attachment, craving. So there is a difference between desire and craving. Think about it. Desire is not to be renounced. Craving is to be renounced. So what is craving? Craving is, wanting something so badly. I must have it. I need to have it. My whole life would be meaningless without this thing. I would be nothing without this thing. It's almost as if we are taking that desire, which is something. It could be a big house. It could be even the well-being of people you love. No matter how dearly you want it, it is still part of the human journey. It does not define the journeyer, which is you, which is, the soul within. So on one hand, we have to pursue those journeys. But on the other hand, we cannot let those outcomes define us. Whether I succeed in my desire or I don't succeed in my desire, it does not change my essential, basic identity. And that's what the Gita was trying to say. When we think that something defines who we are, then we are forgetting that this voice that tells us you must have it. It's your right. What if you don't have it? This voice is not coming from the soul. It's coming from the ego. Now the ego, someone defined it as edging God out. And indeed, that's what we do when we crave something so desperately that we let it define us. We do not trust life. We are here to have the human experience. We are divine consciousness having the human experience. And yes, when even when we are traveling, let's say you go to from one place to another, you want to see many things, there may be many things on your list of things you'd like to do, you'd like to eat, you'd like to visit. Some may be possible, some may not be possible. And if we don't get it, we're going to be disappointed, no doubt. But it doesn't change your identity just because you went to a place and you couldn't have an experience. It doesn't make you special if you had that experience. You are still the same person, you're going to come back home. It's the same way we come to this planet to have certain experiences. We would love to have certain experiences. Some of them are possible, we are going to have them. Some of them are not going to happen for one reason or another. And we are going to be disappointed, of course, when we don't get what we want. But there's a difference between getting disappointed and feeling devastated. When we feel devastated, it speaks of attachment. It speaks of a way of dealing with that desire that has caused attachment. Because attachment doesn't happen overnight. We think of something, the more we think about it, the more we want it. The more we want it, the more we define ourselves by a future version of ourselves when we have that desire. And then it fills us with fear. What happens if I don't get it? This fear of not having can be very big. And sometimes it comes from past traumas, past disappointments that we have not really accepted. We have not done our work of, making peace with the past. And now we feel that this thing, if I get it, it will set my whole past record right. That causes attachment. And the wisdom teachings say that approach to desire is self-sabotaging. You are definitely veering on the path that takes you to failure. So what is the path? What is our best chance? While there are no guarantees in life, our best possible chance is when we have a relationship with desire that is open and free, that comes from a place of joy. Like saying, for example, if I were to say, I'd love to go to Paris, I'd love to spend a whole month there, visit the museums, do all the fun things that are there, make new friends, try new experiences. And I do it in a way that uplifts my heart, brings enthusiasm into my being, fires my imagination, makes me think creatively. That's holding the desire in a way that raises your vibe, raises your consciousness. When we hold desire in that way, it's actually a good thing. But very often we don't start off like that. I myself, in many cases, have found that I think of something and then I just want it. I need it so badly. I want it now. And over the years, I have realized that when I have approached something like that, 9 out of 10 times I have not gotten it. When I have succeeded is when I have approached it with non-attachment. So non-attachment, which is at the heart of so many spiritual teachings, are not about discouraging desire. They are about aligning with your desire in a way that you actually maximize your opportunities to have, to hold, and to enjoy that desire. So when we start thinking about inner work, our first step becomes to look within and see, how attached am I to this desire? To recognize it. Okay, that's important. When we see that there is this great craving, this great heaviness, this great anxiety around the desire, we know we have some inner work to do. And that inner work is, if you're holding that desire with craving, kind of loosen your hold on it. Loosen your hold on it. Take it easy, right? Teach yourself that you're going to be okay. You were okay before, you're okay now, and you will be okay fine tomorrow. And this is not about becoming okay. This is about enjoying the desire. This is about having the human experience that you are wanting, that you are desiring. So let me lead you through a gentle meditation now, okay? This meditation, when you practice it regularly with respect to whatever desire that you are working on, it will shift the way you relate to that desire, and it will open up opportunities to manifest those desires. So come, let us do this meditation right now. Sit up tall. Take a few deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, allowing that exhale to be longer with each exhale, and relaxing into the moment. Today's meditation, our intention is very clear, and that is to transform our relationship to desire in a way that uplifts us, raises our consciousness, brings us closer to the fulfillment of that desire. So let us take a deep look at a desire we are holding close to our heart. Name it in your mind. I would love to have a new home, a new job, a new relationship, whatever it is. Then examine how you feel about not having that desire. And if you feel a sense of panic, remember, it is the ego that is panicking. The ego that has been wired to pursue pleasure, avoid pain. And so smile at that ego. It's okay. Settle down. We'll be fine. I'll be fine. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold the desire on one hand and your breath on the other. Your connection to your breath. Here is the desire. And here I am, breathing in and out. Breathing in, I recognize the desire. Breathing out, I release my fear of not having. Breathing in, I acknowledge my desire. Breathing out, I let go of my attachment to it. Breathing in, I smile at my aspiration. Breathing out, I release my attachment. Breathing in, I affirm I am all right. Breathing out, I release my fear of not being enough. Breathing in, I affirm I am enough. Breathing out, I release my insecurities. Just relaxing into the desire, letting go of fear. Walking towards that desire with freedom, with love, with faith. Acknowledging the desire as sacred, part of our journey. And letting that desire move from us into the world, from the depths of our heart to the outermost limits of the universe, Like a child that blows bubbles, we articulate our desire and we release it to all those forces in the world that can help us co-create. We bless ourselves. May I know the deep joy and fulfillment from enjoying this desire. And we open our hearts and let it flow from us into the wide world. Name the desire. Own the desire without attachment. Send a blessing to yourself for the fulfillment of the desire. And release it into the world. May this desire be in my highest interest and in my own fulfillment. May all others sharing this desire also enjoy the same fulfillment that I am. May this desire and its fulfillment transform my life and all those lives who share this desire. Let's hold that desire in its purest form. As a good thing for ourselves and our world. Nothing more, nothing less. Take a deep breath now. And exhaling, bring yourself back into this moment. Once again, connect with the world outside. Open your eyes when you feel ready. So you see, this kind of inner work that understands our desire, cleans it up, removes all the contaminants of attachment, fear, craving, and then allows it to be co-created, putting it out into the universe, allowing all those angels and co-creators to pitch in, give a helping hand, opening our door to possibilities, to help, guidance, and miracles. That's the inner work that it takes. And I hope that this has clarified the question to desire or not to desire. And I hope you're able to remember the more important question is, where am I coming from?